Lesson 5, Chapter Cell, the Unit of Life. Students, in the last two classes, I have discussed about the envelopes or the outer layers of a cell, that is the cell wall and the cell membrane. In this video, now I'm going to discuss about the living component of the cell, which includes the cytoplasm and the nucleus. And from today's video, specially the cytoplasm and its part will be discussed. Now, when I say cytoplasm, what does it mean? So, cytoplasm, it is a jelly-like mass of protoplasm excluding the nucleus and including all other components, that is the cytoplasmic matrix, cell organelles and the cell inclusions. That means in the protoplasm, we generally distinguish the protoplasm into two parts. One is the cytoplasm and another is the nucleus that remains inside the cell. And this is the living part where all the functioning of a cell takes place. Now, the reason that excludes the nucleus and excluding it, the rest of the part of the inner part of a cell of the protoplasm, that is called as the cytoplasm. The distinction of protoplasm into cytoplasm and nucleoplasm, it was made by a German biologist called Strachberger in the year 1882. Now let's see what this cytoplasm includes, or the chemical composition of cytoplasm. As I have said that a cytoplasm, it is a semi-fluid and a jelly-like material, and it consists of three parts. The cytoplasm, it consists of three parts, that is the cytoplasmic matrix, cell organelles and the cell inclusions. The cytoplasmic matrix is the clear semi-fluid part of the cytoplasm, which exists in two states, that is the soul and the gel, which is also called as the plasma soul and plasma gel. Plasma gel is the part of the cytoplasm which is present below the plasma membrane. So we can say the region next to the plasma membrane or the cell membrane, that part of the cytoplasm, it is called as plasma gel, and the region towards the center of the cell of the cytoplasm, that is called as the plasma soul. Now, the word matrix, as we are going to come across this word matrix every now and then. So let me repeat again. Whenever the word matrix is used, then it means that it is a crystallo-colloidal complex in water. Generally, it is in the form of crystal and it is colloidal in nature. And here, it contains various ions, those are the mineral ions, and various biomolecules such as the sugars, amino acids, enzymes, vitamins, etc. And it constitutes 90% of the matrix with water. So when water, it is mixed with these mineral ions and the biomolecules, which are the sugars, amino acids, nucleotides, RNAs, vitamins, and all the necessary biosynthetic products of the cell, that is the matrix, and this matrix, it is in a colloidal state. Now let's come to the functions of cytoplasm. That what are the functions that this cytoplasm part bears? The main function of cytoplasm is that it is the site or seat for various metabolic processes, including the biosynthesis of the fatty acids or the monosaccharides, nucleotides, and the proteins, and various biochemical reactions, that is the metabolic reactions. It all takes place here in the cytoplasm. So we can say that to be the platform inside a cell where all these biochemical activities takes place that helps in the functioning of a cell. Then the next important function is that of storage. Cytoplasm, it is also a storehouse for the raw materials needed for metabolic processes in both the cytoplasm and the nucleus. So as you know now that a cell in the protoplasm, it includes only the cytoplasm and the nucleus. So they will need some storing part, and cytoplasm, it will act as the storehouse for all those raw materials which are required for the process or for the biochemical process that takes place inside a cell. Then next function is that of distribution. So cytoplasm, it distributes the components from one part of the cell to the other, and this distribution can be that of nutrients, various metabolites, and enzymes in a cell. So here nutrients, that means the one that is supplied from the outer part of the cell, those will be the nutrients. Then metabolites, these are the ones which are synthesized within the cell, say from the chloroplast. The biochemicals that will be synthesized there it will be transported to mitochondria for further processing. So such distribution, or the distribution of various enzymes which are made in various parts of the cytoplasm or the nucleus, so that will all take place through the cytoplasm. Therefore it acts as the site for distribution also. Then comes the interorganular exchange. So that is same as that of the third function, that the cytoplasm brings about exchange of materials between the cell organelles. Then it can exchange materials with the environment also. And the last part, that is called as the cytoplasmic streaming, and that is also called as cyclosis. So cyclosis, that is the autonomic movement of the matrix of the cytoplasm in a cell. So a movement takes place in the matrix of the cytoplasm of a cell. So this automatic movement of the matrix of the cytoplasm, that generally it occurs in the eukaryotic cells, and especially in case of amoeba, paramecium, the cellular movement of the WBCs of the blood, then the movement that takes place in the cells of hydrilla plant, which is an aquatic plant. So such specific organisms or specific cells, they show this movement quite distinctively. And this particular movement, which is autonomic in nature, that means it cannot be regulated. It is the autonomic one. It is a self-regulated process. So this autonomic movement of the matrix, that is only called as the cyclosis. And this cyclosis, it have again different functions, and cyclosis that only leads to the distribution of the materials or the interorganellar exchange or the exchange of materials of the inner part of the cell with the environment. So these are the few functions of the cytoplasm. Now, as I have said that the cytoplasm, it have other components also. This was all about the matrix part of the cytoplasm. Now, as we know that the cytoplasm, it possesses some other parts such as the cell organelles and the cell inclusions. Now, let's come to the word organelle, or what is a cell organelle. There are about 11 organelles within a cell. So in that, I have already discussed one of the organelle, which is the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. Organelle, that is a specialized unit within a cell that have one or more specific functions to perform in the cell. You can say that, or we can resemble that with the various organs within our body. In that way, the cell, which is an individual structure, so it have some specific structures or specialized units or compartments, we can say, which are again membrane bound, and they have those specific functions that helps in the functioning of a cell. So there are 11 organelles in a cell. So in that, I have already discussed about the plasma membrane. Now, and another important organelle, that is the nucleus. Now, in the cytoplasm, the rest of the 9 organelles are present. And those organelles are endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, vacuoles, cytoskeleton, plastids in case of a plant cell. Then comes the centrioles. So all these are the cell organelles which are present in the cytoplasm part of the cell. So from now on, we are going to discuss about the cell organelles which is present in the cytoplasm of a cell, and in my next video, I'm going to start with the endoplasmic reticulum. So in this video, I have just discussed about the inner component of a cell of the protoplasm, which is the cytoplasm, and the different components of the cytoplasm. That is the cytoplasmic matrix, which consists of the plasma cell, plasma gel and plasma soul, and it is made up of the matrix. So this is all about the cytoplasm and the different functions that the cytoplasm bears. That's all for today's class. Thank you.